The ultimate guide to beginners for credit cards. There's a lot that goes into credit cards, and you can be a very beginner, you can be an extreme expert, and no matter where you're at, it can almost feel overwhelming because there's so much to do. So we're gonna talk through the 4 things I wish I knew when I was getting started in credit cards. The first thing we're gonna hit is whether credit cards actually hurt your credit and how to minimize this. There's a lot of money in credit cards, but some of us don't take advantage of it because we're scared of hurting our credit. So we're gonna hit on that. Next, we're gonna hit on how to actually use your points, not in the overwhelming point hacking way that some people talk about, okay? That is very overwhelming, takes a lot of time and effort. My goal with credit cards is to make this passive. We're gonna talk about the best way to do that. We're gonna talk about all the different ways to unlock your card's potential. So many people only talk about points and sign-on bonuses, but there are a lot of other ways that you can make money from credit cards. And finally, I'm gonna give you my favorite credit cards. That is probably the hardest part, is figuring out what card to sign up for, because the bonuses change and the sign-on bonuses and the points they give back. But I do all the research, I do this all the time, so I'll give you the list of my favorite credit cards so you can take advantage of the best ones. So first, your credit score with credit cards. You have to understand what actually makes up your credit score. Most people don't know this. So here's the graph of what actually makes up your credit score. 35% of your credit score is derived from on-time payments. If you are making your payments on time, it doesn't matter how many credit cards you have open, 35% of your score, you can get a perfect score on. 30% of it is credit utilization. What's funny is the more credit cards you have, this is actually a benefit to credit utilization. You want more available credit that you're not using, and that gives you a better score here. So you actually want more lines of credit or bigger lines of credit to be able to help this 30%. 10% is your credit mix, so that you don't want only credit cards or only cars or only mortgages. A healthy mix across the line actually helps your credit score. The last two are the two that can negatively impact your credit. So the first one for 10% is new credit. If you have a lot of new credit over and over and over, then you can get a 10% bump down in your credit. And the last one is length of credit. So they add up all your credit lines, and the longer that you've had credit open, the better your score will be. You'll notice that the two smallest ones are the only ones impacted by credit, and 25% of it is negative, but 30% is actually bump with credit utilization. You can open up cards responsibly, so long as you're not doing 4, 5, 6, 7 a year. But if you do 1 or 2 a year, use credit cards the way they're supposed to be used, it won't hurt your credit, it will actually help your credit, and oftentimes, and you get all the benefits of the credit card. So don't freak out. If you haven't opened up 10 cards this year or 5 cards this year, you're probably in a spot where you could open up a credit card, take advantage of the benefits that it offers, because most people actually don't see a drop. You might see a drop for a couple days, but the majority of people after 60 days of having credit card actually see a bump in their credit when they're opening up credit cards. So don't listen to the Dave Ramsey people. I love him. I have a social media all around financial literacy. I understand what he's saying, but he's just wrong on this one, okay? Opening your credit score is not going to kill you so long as you have on-time payments, you have low credit utilization, your credit score will improve by getting a credit card, not decrease like everyone's telling you. Point 2 is points. We're going to leave the best for last, how you actually make money in the best cards. But point 2 is points. This is something that is the easiest to grasp that the most people are doing wrong. When you get credit card points, so many people get points from their banks or their cards or whatever it is, and they spend the points on the native portal that you get them, and that is a massive waste of money. You don't have to card hack your way and try to transfer all these points and figure out the most complex scenario ever, but there are simple tips that will make your points go a whole lot further. For example, the Chase portal is one of the most popular travel portals there are. Their Chase has a ton of credit cards that are really, really good. Inside the Chase portal, if you get points inside the Chase portal and you use the points inside the Chase portal, 1 point is equal to 1 point. That's like general rule of thumb. That's common sense, right? But if you take those points and transfer them to a third party, which is really easy, it's a click of a button. I'll show you, I'll talk about it through in just a second. Those points get magnified by 25 to 50% on these other partners. For example, the World of Hyatt has about 125 to 150% redemption rate compared to that on the Chase portal. So if you reserved a Hyatt hotel on the Chase portal, or if you just took those points and sent them over to Hyatt, which is really easy to click a button, here you'll pay 100%. Here, you're going to get a 25 to 50% discount. And on top of that, the points needed for the actual hotels are also often cheaper on Chase Hyatt. So World of Hyatt is by far one of the best places to transfer for. That is where I use the majority of my points. If you are going to use credit card points and you travel, it is the best case scenario to use it towards a hotel, specifically a Hyatt hotel. That is the simplest, easiest, best conversion you can get if you're going to use points. After Hyatt, I'm just going to list all airlines after. Most airlines use points. Delta's a really good one. Virgin Atlantic's a really good one. Alaska's another one. A lot of the airlines will have good point redemptions. Now, this one's going to vary a little bit, so you might have to do a little bit of research. This might take you 5 or 10 minutes, but wherever you're going, figure out what airline's going to give you the best deal. Like, just go to Google Flights like you normally, figure it out. find what airline that is, and then go see what the redemption rate is with the points that they're doing. This is going to take you 5 minutes. It's really, really easy, but it can give you often 20, 30, 40% bump in points, taking it out of the Chase portal or out of the Amex portal or wherever it is, and transferring to a portal that you're actually buying the good for. The act of taking it out of this conglomerate point system and into the actual third-party vendor will give you a big bump in points, and this is how people really use it to make their points go further. I went to Hawaii this summer with my family, and we paid a total of under $500 to get my entire family to Hawaii. We had buy one, get one with Southwest because we used that credit card, which we'll talk about later. And then on top of that, I had the sign-on bonus with some Chase points, transferred over to Hyatt, and got my entire hotel stay with Hyatt completely free. So we did a week with 4 people in Hawaii for less than $500 because I understood that transferring my points, if I wouldn't have transferred my points out, it would have been thousands of dollars. Make sure you make your points go further. It's really, really easy. It takes you 5 minutes. But if you remember one thing from this video, just remember, take my points out of the system and go to the third-party vendor. Point number 3 are all the different ways you can actually earn money from your credit cards, okay? Just points is a waste of credit cards. You shouldn't do it. There are so many other ways that you should do it. We're going to talk through the 4 ways that you can make money from your credit card. Let's go with the obvious ones first. First are sign-on bonuses. There are sign-on bonuses that are astronomical today, okay? It depends on the card you're getting and everything, but you can get $250, $500. I've seen $1,000 sign-on bonuses. How they usually work is you have to spend, let's say, $3,000 in the first 3 months or $5,000 in the first 3 months. If you spend that money in the first 3 months, they give you the equivalent of $500 or $750 or $1,000 sign-on bonus. It's just free money. Spend $3,000, get $1,000 back. Like, that's the best deal you're ever going to get. That sign-on bonus is one of the reasons so many people will sign up for cards every single year and continue to add new cards to their repertoire, because you can earn $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a year in sign-on bonuses if you do this correctly. Number 2, the next obvious one is points. We just talked about that. We spent an entire section on it. You can get 2, 3, 4% back in points on a lot of the stuff that you're already buying, and that's just free money. If you spend $2,000 a month on your credit card, then that $2,000 a month, you can earn 2, 3, 4% back in points over the course of a year or two. You can take vacations for free if you utilize those points correctly. Those are the 2 most common. Number 3 is going to be the benefits that your card offers. Card benefits are the most underrated portion that a card has. Did you know a lot of credit cards will give you Amazon Prime for free, Walmart delivery for free, TSA pre-check for free? I think my card right now gives me like $20 to DoorDash every single month. There is legitimate credits inside these credit cards. They put them up there to sound really cool when you're signing up, but they assume that everyone's going to forget about it. But don't forget about it. You don't have to use everyone. Most cards have like 60, 70, 80 card benefits. The day you get the credit card, flip through those, figure out what the 5 are, and make a mental note of what they are, and make sure you use them. If you get free Amazon Prime, free Walmart delivery, $80 TSA pre-check, and $10 to DoorDash every single month, that equates to probably $500 to $1,000 of benefits you're getting from that card, just spending what you're normally going to spend. I didn't get TSA pre-check forever because my home airport isn't bad, but then I'd have to go through like LAX or something, and security lines can be 45 minutes, an hour long. TSA pre-check saved the day, and the best part, I got it for free because of my Chase Sapphire card. So find out what the benefits are, utilize them. That can turn into another $500 to $1,000 a year in just benefits that you're not touching. And the last benefit I'm going to do is cash back, which is different than points. You guys need to be aware that some cards give cash back, some cards give points. Oftentimes people try to use their points to get cash back. That's not a good use of the points, okay? They often give you a terrible redemption rate at that. If you know you don't travel a bunch or you have no use for points, don't get a points card, get a cash back card. A lot of cash back cards will give you 1 or 2% cash back, and it's straight cash. Like, you spend $100, they give you $2 back. It's a really simple equation, but cash back is different than points. Make sure you know what you're going to utilize and what you're going to use in your day-to-day life. Don't go rack up 1 million points that you're never going to use that just sit there. There are cards inside the link down in the description that I have that will actually allow you to pay your rent with your credit card and get cash back on it. You can get 1 to 2% cash back on the rent check. If you're in an apartment, you're paying $2,000 a month in rent. I think that's the average across the country. And you swipe that, you're going to get 2% of that back immediately because you used a card where you can actually pay for your rent with your credit card. There's only one credit card, I think, in the nation, there might be 2, that allows you to do this. And it's an amazing, amazing opportunity to just get straight cash back. So know the difference between points and cash back and get a card that fits your lifestyle that's going to make the most sense for you. And the last one that I'm going to give you guys is make sure to sign up for the right card. If you click the link down in the description, it will give you my 5 favorite cards that I do. I'm not going to list them right now just because I want this to be dynamic. I don't know if you're watching this tomorrow or 6 months from now. What I do promise is that I'm going to go in there once a week and change out the cards based on the offer. There are some times where a Chase card will offer a $200 sign up, and then all of a sudden they'll do a $1,000 sign up, and we're watching this and making it dynamic so you're always getting getting the best deals. So I'm not going to list them right now, but I'm going to talk through a couple of them. Okay. So click the link down below, find the best credit cards. But once you click that list, don't just get one of the 5. Take a second to think about what it is and look at what they offer. There are some cards that will give you 5% cash back on dining. If you eat out every single day because you're both working and you don't like to cook, that's an amazing card for you. You're going to make a lot of money doing that. Now, if you have not eaten out at a restaurant a year because you're a chef and you love to cook at home, stupid card. Don't get it. Think through, do I eat out a lot? Do I have a lot of airfare? Do I do a lot of groceries? There's some gas ones that are phenomenal. There's some business ones that have I think there's one that gives you 2.5% back or 3% back on all marketing expenses. If you're doing a lot of Facebook and Instagram ads and you're a business owner, do that one. Take a step back. Think about what you actually apply into your life and sign up for that card. I don't know. I've actually looked on Google one time how many searches are done for what is the best credit card today. There's no answer for that. The answer is what fits your lifestyle. So inside my top 5, I tried to grab a variety. I have a cashback card. I have 1 or 2 business cards. And then I always have a travel card and then just a kind of general good one. Chase Sapphire is usually the general good one because that's generally the best well-rounded card, but that's only if you don't know what to do. Make sure you choose one of the 5 that actually fits your lifestyle because you'll get so much more out of it. If you do these 4 things and you actually do a sign-up bonus that's $500 to $1,000 a year. You get points between 2 and 5%. You utilize your benefits, which will get you $500 to $1,000, and you do this once or twice a year. You will earn $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year from spending the money you're already spending. I don't get why more people don't play this game. If you have your bank's credit card inside your wallet, you are failing. Never carry a Wells Fargo card or a credit union card or a US bank card because they are not giving you anything. You're not getting good sign-on bonuses. You're not getting good points. Go out, get an actual credit card, do a little bit of research, make a couple $1,000s a year and love it because this is all money that you're saving that you would have spent anyways. You're already spending this money that you can actually save and go invest in your future. If I can make you $3,000 a year spending what you normally spend, and we can go invest $3,000 a year in the stock market or somewhere else over the course of 10, 20, 30 years, that will turn into millions and millions of dollars because you're looking after yourself and being smart with your money. Click the link below to get my favorite and also put your favorite in the chat. Okay, I love researching cards. I'll look at all of yours. I'll figure out if one of them can replace mine because I honestly believe if we can combine together and find the best cards, we can play this system a little bit and all end up better than we were before. So drop your favorite cards down below. And as always, hit the subscribe button so I can keep making videos like this.